It's true. I am starting a new clan. Amazing, right? Yeah, I know. But to start off, quick note on the 13th. They're still alive and well, and they're now being led by Papa Trotsky. And I'm sure that he's going to be an absolutely incredible job at leading them. And you might ask, RG, why are you not in the 13th anymore? It's a pretty simple answer. Um, I just got burned out real hard because it ended up with me leading all the operations like twice a week, doing all the paperwork, doing all the meetings. And it's a big old discussion of like, is it my fault for taking all the work or is it their fault for not doing their job? It's not important. What's important is I ended up doing everything, probably due to my own fault, really. And I just had enough of that. And yeah, I quit. And I thought, I'm done with Foxhole forever. Probably not going to do anything. But the same day, I realized, oh my god, it's just in my nature. I just love clans, developing a community, and playing Foxhole with my friends. So yeah, it was a mistake leaving the 13th. I should invest it in rebuilding and restructuring it to what I wanted it to be. But uh, ultimately, this is the better outcome for everyone, I believe. So now I'm starting a new clan, with blackjack and hookers. Isn't that what you say when you're justifying it to yourself? But yeah, moving on. I will say I was really lucky. When I left, I have a large network of people who are willing to help me, and frankly, people who was like, if you're not leading the 13th, I want to be in the 13th. And I was like, holy shit, do you want to make a new clan? And they said yes. For some reason, they wanted to follow this insane man on a new adventure. Um, so something that's really helped me a lot is that I have like 20 people who are all really excited to help me visualize this dream and like start a clan, work hard, lead operations, be officers, take my work away from me so that I don't get overworked. And I want to say that's a really good thing, you know? So that's the first piece of advice in this. Don't do it alone. I mean, you can, but then you're kind of forced to really early promote people who you don't know that well. And I am blessed by the fact that I have a really strong core of officers from the beginning. So that is definitely a bonus. And additionally, I made the template for the 13th. I was like, I'm just going to copy that. It's a good baseline. Might not keep it at all. Probably won't. I'll get into that more later. Um, but I also have, a lot of flag templates, so I could make a really bad sketch really early. Hopefully it'll pop up for you guys here. The Logi dashboard was a good baseline of what I, wanted to have, or something similar I wanted to have later, I'm rebuilding a completely new one, and I'm doing that with my logistics officer right now. We have a baseline right now, and I think he doesn't want to change that until he's tested the new features. Yeah. So before I even started the clan, I had a lot of people, a lot of good resources, and I was pretty much set, But I want to say, have a friend, have someone to do it with you. That's definitely my first real good piece of advice here. So, when starting a clan, one must of course ask themselves, what faction should I play? And to be honest, it's not that hard a question for me, as I have been playing one faction for the past 3 years, 3.5 years-ish, and I intend to stick with that faction, and thus I will be playing the Wardens. After having chosen your faction, you'll have to find a way to structure a clan. As a basis, I took the system that I'd built for the 13th and implemented that just to give everyone an idea of what role I wanted them to fill. And they could also volunteer for roles, so we could kind of work together to figure out where each of my friends would fit in the best and what kind of field they would want to work in. You can see that right here. And this is pretty much just a rough layout. we've already promoted people to fit with a new system that we're working on, mainly being developed by Echo, but it's a much more modular system where you can open departments and ranks are much more dependent on how many people you are leading and guiding and basically in charge of. And it also makes it a lot easier for us to open and close divisions and like sections and departments in all manner of areas, not just combat, but also, administrative tasks, logistics, all that stuff. Looks really promising, but we're still ironing out how it should work. What you see right here is just like the theoretical basis of how it should work, but I hope it gives some idea. I'll probably go more into detail on this once we get it more developed. But yeah, the thing you guys should think about is, do I even want structure? Like, really, really flat leadership structure works great as well. And I refer to my previous video that I made on this, where I basically go over the basic models for structuring your clan, but we chose the more highly structured one. So, once you've decided what kind of structure that you want your clan to follow, you need to start thinking about how you want to organize this structure. Since we have the highly organized structure in our clan, we have a lot of files that we want to save and a lot of bureaucracy that makes logistics easier, meetings easier, and makes the chain of command have more information available at all times. So you kind of figure out, how do I want to do this? I can really recommend using Google Drive for organizing all your files because you can share them over with the officers. I'll show you roughly how ours look right now because can't show you all of it. Some of it is stuff that we don't want to share yet, so apologies, but there'll be a picture. But something that I'm really, really grateful for this specific clan here is that I have a guy called Sushi Man, and he is amazing. He organizes all our stuff. He's our head bureaucratist, or his title is General Secretary or Secretary General, whatever is the correct. But being able to show up to a meeting and he just has the meeting minutes ready, like the whole oversight of like, we have to do this and this and this, and these are the points that we have to talk about today. Super awesome. So fucking great, guys. I can only recommend doing this. And after this, this has all been organized by Sushi, so I can't say too much about it, but you should make a system for what is filed where, how is it filed, what division is like has responsibility for this part, and what person in that division, so on and so forth. It's just going to make it easier to, one, check up on stuff being done, and two, find the information that you need while you're doing something that's relevant to your workflow. Right? So organizing data and organizing knowledge, knowledge is power. Easy access to knowledge, more power. Super simple. So a really, really big decision that we had to make in the fifth is what platform do we want to build our clan on, right? And I've just pulled up my my Discord on the left here, and on the right you'll see something that not a lot of people have heard of. Apparently, this is called Gilded, and yeah, it's, how do I say it? It's better Discord, guys. In my opinion, it's better Discord. I could dedicate a full video to going over the differences and why I think Gilded is better, but I'm just going to go down some really, really quick points that I think is important. The first one being that, contrary to Discord, a server can have multiple groups under it, and a group in Gilded is the equivalent of a server in Discord. So that means I can split my standard foxhole with my non-foxhole, and I can split that with my administrative section and my logistics and officers and my stats for shit that I need to copy paste. Right? This means that I can have as many fucking channels in here as I want, and they won't take up any space from the logistics. Which, if we go over here, you can see that I need to have all of my command channels next to all of my operational comms, next to all of my operations and comms and logic comms, administrative, clan reps, and also all of my other non-clan related stuff that is somewhat semi-relevant to the clan. Here, it won't take up space from the others. I don't have to think about if I add a channel here, is that going to crowd everyone's site? Is that going to scare people away because it's going to look less organized? No, that's fine. But in Discord, look at how much shit I have to scroll through. All of this. It's all necessary, right? But it's just, it can be really overwhelming to just see the huge wall of shit. And it's not organized any more than just the category has a name. I mean, for crying out loud, logistics here is like 3 channels. I've cut it down because we're not going to need that many here because we have decided where we're going to be and we're choosing Gilded. But I want to tell you, like, if I were in your place, I would be like, 8 Logicoms, I could have like 5 channels. Over here, we can have all of these extra channels for coordination, comms, just individual logi, something we could never have before. But now we are able to facilitate people talking about what they do for themselves and their own stockpiles and their own stuff and equipment, which is so awesome. It's just insane. But on top of that, Gilded has a bunch of features that nothing else has. You have the full overview of all the things that's been going on, and you can do like full clan announcements through this. Then you just have a member oversight, applications, audit logs, and subscriptions, which is a whole different thing that's not really important. Um, you have announcement channels that only has announcements. It's not like Discord where you have a text channel that is converted to an announcement channel. This is an announcement channel for announcements. And announcement posts have a specific set of tools that you can use to make that announcement better or do surveys or polls or whatnot, integrations, all of that cool stuff. Then we just have standard text channels. We have media sharing, where if I pop this up, it's basically, I think it's like Pinterest. It works like Pinterest, and you can comment on these. So you open it up, and then it's like I think it's like an Instagram post, and then you have all of the comments on this, and it's all integrated. It's so cool. Like, I don't think I can describe this enough. Like, if we go over to the Logi channel, we can do operations on a dynamic uh like calendar, whereas in previously I would have to make the ops on one big calendar and then take a screenshot of that and post it in a channel that was dedicated to that. Here I can just be like, hey, this month I want to do this, I want to make this here. You can do, like, you can write location and like URLs for sites that's going to be used. You can add descriptions. I mean, people would just see Logiop on the old system, just like Logiop from 18 to 20. Here I can write like, we're going for Armats, boys. We want to make some tanks. We're going for Armats. We want the whole shebang. It's awesome. You can do like, oh my god, I hadn't even checked this out. Like limit number of attentions. Um, Only specific roles can join. All sorts of stuff. On top of that, you can go in and you can say, I'm available here. I can put in myself and then I can say, this time, I'm available. And other people can go in and be like, I want to do some Logi. Oh, hey, RG is available from 3 to 1. I'm going to hit him up and ask him if he wants to do some Logi with me because it's a lot more fun to do together. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, just we can go in here and create channels. Just look at all this stuff. You can make docs. What we've been using a lot in the office or department is just docs. Wait, no, we did that. Yeah, the administrative section because that makes sense. Again, you can sort all this stuff so it makes sense. It's insane. Look at all these documents that's neatly sorted. I can go in and pick one, and then you put in the document, and then you can just talk about it in this thread dedicated to this one document. How is this not amazing? Huh? How is it not amazing? I think it's awesome. The only thing I want to say is that you can't uh you can't stream in a normal voice channel. You have to make a streaming channel to stream to your friends, and that's a bit weird. But just make a channel for it. I mean, it's such a minor thing. It's just I can never do any of that on Discord. It's all like weird workarounds that you have to do. Plus, I just have this. I have one server. Here I have a server with groups. Like, come on, how is this not amazing? So yeah, we chose to go on Gilded. That's what we did. There's nothing else. Like, no one else has done it. Never seen a clan in Foxhole do Gilded, and I don't think it's that widely spread out because Discord just took the market. So we're definitely trying something new, and I hope it's going to go well. But let's see.
So, the next question is obviously what next? Well, first of all, we should probably find a proper logo so we don't use the placeholder forever. Though, since we have a placeholder that can work fine for a while, it's probably not the most important task. I know I have a lot of Gilded setup and also a bit of Discord setup because to integrate probably with the rest of the community, we're going to need a Discord server. It's not going to be a lot of stuff, it's just going to be like an embassy type thing. A lot of the branches have to write their own organizational documents of how they're going to run things, how they want to run things. So I'm going to have to approve a lot of work there and probably go over like making sure that it's the same across the board, like the whole clan is structured semi similarly, so that if you go from one branch to another, it's not going to be entirely new. It should be pretty close to, if not identical, but with different responsibilities, but with a rank being roughly the same level of authority, uh, level of responsibility, and that kind of thing. Yeah, after that, it's pretty much time to launch. But that is quite a bit of work. So I hope to be able to ideally launch the clan next war. So if you guys want to join the 5th, you guys are very welcome to. There's probably going to be a link either in the description on my channel. The second I proper launch, there's going to be a link on the channel. And yeah, I invite you to swing by. But if you do it early, just be aware there might be a bit of wait time. Anyway, that's yeah, that's been me starting the new clan and telling you guys about it. There's going to be a bunch of follow-up videos. It's pretty much just going to be like a video log of, how I do it, what I do, all the things that end up happening and how we deal with it. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.